Alright, this week I'm playing the long-awaited sequel to Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Village. Alright, so this week I got my hands on Resident Evil Village, and I'm gonna say right off the hop, you need to go and pick up this game right away. I absolutely love this game. It is a perfect blend of both horror, suspense, puzzle solving, action. It's got everything all tied together to make, in my opinion, the best, if not one of the best, Resident Evil experiences to date. Starting things off, it takes place right after the events of Resident Evil 7. Without getting too much detail of that whole story, basically, you and your family have been rescued and are put in a village so that you are to be safe from what happened in Resident Evil 7. But that all to say, of course, all hell breaks loose and you are separated from your family. And kind of like a lot of other games, you're basically crashed on the side of a highway. It's dark, you don't know what's happening, and you slowly creep your way into this village and find out, of course, that something terrible has gone wrong here. So upon entering the village, you're trying to find your daughter who was separated from you in the crash. And through unsolving some of the mystery that's happening within the village, you encounter warlords and the ultimate Lady Miranda. Now, in my opinion, this game has some of the most iconic characters. Maybe their cast time was a little less than I would have liked, but still, these characters, all of them, very unique and just blend perfectly to make this very creepy ongoing story.
Steal my property! Damn! Rest while you can!
The combat in this game, just takes me back to the days of Resident Evil 4. My first real experience of Resident Evil was Resident Evil 4, and to have a game that is sort of like that, but in first person, not third person, it just adds all the more tension, and just the graphics in this game are incredible. Probably the best looking game to date on the Xbox Series X. And what I love about the combat is that the zombies, they kind of slowly approach you, and you have to just aim your gun and of course try to get those headshots, because that's how you take down these guys. And if you're just going for body shots, you're bound to run out of ammo. This game's about finding ammo, exploring, because if you don't, you will run out of ammo. Although, if you do, there is a shopkeeper introduced back into the Resident Evil series, much like Resident Evil 4. And in my opinion, the Duke is just, he's wicked. He's an awesome character with a menacing voice, and he just helps you out so much along the way, giving you upgrades for your weapons. You can buy new parts for your weapons. You can buy ammo. You can buy blueprints for different weapons and mines. There's all sorts of stuff in this game. I just can't get over the hype for it. Now, the audio in this game, I cannot stress to you enough the tension building that it brings. When you're in a dark, eerie cave that has blood all over the walls and hanging corpses, and then you have this orchestra and strings all playing and just building up, it's absolutely just, there's a lot of moments where I just was and just constantly jumping. This game, maybe to a lot of people, wasn't as scary as of Resident Evil 7, but I found, especially for the first half, it was terrifying. And I'm not going to show it or even really spoil anything about this, but one of the creepiest and scariest moments I've ever experienced in a game was in Resident Evil 8. And you need to see that if you're into the spooky stuff. Okay, I could sit here and talk about how much more wonderful this game is to you, but I don't want to say anymore because it's just going to spoil something. So, if I'm going to score Resident Evil Village, What would I give it? Well, it's pretty obvious. This is actually a 10 out of 10. This game is amazing. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror experiences I have ever played. The story is incredible. The gameplay drives you forward. Everything is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. A masterpiece that every horror fan must experience. Bringing Resident Evil back to its roots while also being innovative makes this game unlike any other.
The one who captured him.
Now, daughters. First, I must inform Mother Miranda. But later, well, there will be enough for everyone. Udama.
Hey, wait.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.